Hello, YouTubers. You are watching the Quick Stop Rant once again, 2.0. Quick Stop Rant 2.0. And I have Hallmark Channel Jeremy with me here, aka Tim. We're calling him Tim tonight. Introduce yourself, Hallmark. 2.0. Quick Stop Rant 2.0. And I have
Here we go again.
with me here, aka Tim.
Here we go again.
The same thing again.
What is going on? Here
we go again.
With me here, aka Tim.
Here we go again.
Echo. Echo.
Thing again.
What is going on? You know what? Let's see if we could do a stream like this. Let's see if we could do at least like a half-hour stream like this. This would be fun. Think so?
Yeah.
The row your boat.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Row your boat. Let's see if we can do at least like a half-hour stream like this. This would be fun. Think so?
The row.
Or it could be the telephone stream.
Well, my name is Hallmark Channel Jeremy, aka Showback TJC, aka Tim. How are you? My name is Hallmark Channel Jeremy, aka Showback TJC, aka Tim. How are you? My name is Hallmark.
And we also have the lone wolf Cub here. Cub, tell
Yeah,
everybody about you.
and he's
My name.
more than one time here, I guess. It's not a lone wolf cub. He has his own whole wolf pack with him, and he's more than one time here, I guess. It's not a lone wolf cub. He has his own whole wolf.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. So, what would you guys like to rant about?
Wolf cub. He has his own whole wolf.
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Speaking of Russian bots, I had watched a video the other day of these two guys. They call like IRS scammers and stuff like that, and he was acting like he was part of the Russian mob, and he had his friend sitting in the chair tied up and everything, and he was like, "What would you do if you had men who borrowed money from you and not pay?" And then the person on the other line said, "Oh, if you can track them down, you can kill them." So then he put the phone up to the guy's mouth, and he's going and stuff. And the person's like, "Oh, you have him? Then kill him." Like, it was the craziest thing. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Hey,
Sounds crazy.
That is crazy. I know. See what I mean? What about you, Tim?
I don't know what to do now. I don't know what that echo.
Was it a robot, a Russian bot, or something like that?
I think we're
Blame it on
speaking
the
to
Russian
three.
bot. Blame it on.
That was a Hallmark bot.
Oh. We don't do bots.
This is awesome. Wait, you know what? Try to sing right now. Try to sing right now, Tim. See how it sounds.
Try to sing.
Yeah.
Row your boat.
Oh, cool! That's Star Trek. I knew it. This is a Star Trek.
Yeah. It sounded so familiar.
Star Trek 5. The one with the awful one. Yeah.
So you guys, have you heard anything new about the trailer for Star Wars, like anything like that for Episode 9?
Tim, did you see? Did you say anything? Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't hear any news. That just rumors. But you can't trust rumors on this matter.
Yeah, yeah. I've only seen like Mike Zero's. I haven't watched them, but how he's been putting his stuff out and all that. It's like every time I see one, I want to watch it, but I'm just like, I need more than just a grain of salt. I'm gonna need to buy like a whole bag.
Speaking of Russian bots, I'm sorry, but I am thoroughly convinced that Mike Zero is a Russian bot.
Oh no, I don't think so. The Russians aren't not such amateurs.
They stole the technology.
Yeah, they wouldn't put someone on who is who you can clearly see is a bot or something like that.
But that's what makes it awesome. He's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, you're right.
Like Palpatine. He's like Palpatine.
Yeah, this is the real episode 4. I knew it. So it has to be.
Hey, I made a video about we're living in Star Wars for real.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if this is really Star Wars, because everything tonight happens was Star Trek for me.
Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek, because it's like an episode in Star Trek. We are in some time loop and we are repeating everything again. And I'm sure you're now asking, let's talk about The Last Jedi or something like that. Everything is a déjà vu here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, another thing about Mike Zero. Now I haven't seen the movie Passengers. With the the space movie, him and Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
but I've seen trailers, right? And the one where he's talking to the bartender. He's only like half a dude. I think that's Mike Zero. I think Mike Zero is that bartender. He's like a robot. And he's only like the top half, and because he's always sitting in the same spot, and you never see his lower half ever. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
This is a good assumption.
Think about it.
This is a good assumption.
Think about it.
It is. And he's always saying what he said in the last video previously. Like whatever like information he gives in the beginning is just like he does J.J. Abrams stuff. He just rehashes from last videos.
Oh.
Maybe maybe that's in his programming to do that.
I say that and just watch. He's gonna pop into my room from the future. I heard what you said about me.
Yeah, it's possible. Did anybody of you see any new movies in the last week or something like that?
I saw The Mule this past weekend.
Yeah,
I have not made
on it. The Clint Eastwood one, you mean?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but what I think you liked it. Can you tell us something about the movie?
Yeah. I could, I could tell you non-spoiler. I could just go ahead and spoil it, but no, man. It's one thing for sure is some of these newer filmmakers could take a couple of pointers from old Clint. He just, I don't know whether or not to actually throw out the word old school. But he's
old school.
But the thing is, that's, to me, that's what made like the Mule and Gran Torino. That's what made both of these movies just like excellent. is it it was it was that bus was driven by somebody from the old school. No no SJW NPC PDQ whatever.
Yeah.
um
My
Did you?
favorite movie with Clint Eastwood is Gran Torino.
Hmm?
My
I,
favorite movie with Clint Eastwood is Gran Torino.
I see that's the thing too about Eastwood, man. That there's so many of them. I don't know that I could actually pick a favorite Clint Eastwood movie. I mean, from like I said, the Mule and the Gran Torino, and or going back to old stuff like the Dirty Harry movies, or
Yeah,
um,
you have to differentiate between the movies he made as director and the movies he was just an actor. And from the directing ones, I would say Million Dollar Baby is my favorite Eastwood movie. And from the actor one, I would say The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is my favorite one, the Sergio Leone one.
um, yeah, that yeah. See, sometimes I forget about the ones that he just directed. Like uh, well, he was actually in Million Dollar Baby, but like uh,
Yeah,
American Sniper, American Sniper.
yeah,
he was just director on that, but that's another one of my you know top ones that I could
yeah.
recommend.
That's the most
Wait, he
hated movie.
directed that one?
American Sniper, yeah.
Yeah, it's my least favorite
I
movie.
didn't know that. I like that one.
Yeah, I don't like that one because I'm from the people who I'm like people who got shot in this movie. I'm a Palestinian, so how could I like this movie? I'm from the Middle East.
Mm,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
I
next
like a
subject.
movie.
yeah,
I mean, I like a movie called Rosewood. You
yeah.
know about this Rosewood or something like that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh well, it was a movie where it was back in the day, and just long story short, someone lied, and a whole bunch of the black people back in the day got like hung and killed and stuff, all because
Oh,
somebody lied about what happened or whatever. I
yeah.
love that movie.
You mean the Kathleen Bigelow one? I think it's this movie in the house that plays in the house with the ride on the street.
I think I can't remember. It's been a long time since I watched it.
Yeah, it was a bomb in the box office, but it got good reviews.
Uh, I guess that's one thing. It doesn't have to be a pleasant subject for it to be a good movie. Um,
Yeah, but when I see
like
it, when I see,
like
uh,
I watched Million Dollar Baby, right?
yeah,
And I didn't like the fact that what ended up happening to her, but at the same time that it it probably made the movie better,
yeah, but you can't compare that because in American Sniper there is an invader who went to the Middle East, shoots children and women who protect their country, and they are called terrorists, and this guy is called a hero. And I see it from the point of view of the victims, because you can't tell me that somebody who enters another country is the enemy. The enemy is clearly the guy who leaves his country and goes to another country. From my point of view, I
Right.
understand your point of view, and it's okay. I'm not offended by that. I just say, from my point of view, you're speaking with somebody from the Middle East, and you can't tell him, oh, you have to cheer. It's like when you see it as Indian, the old Westerns, and the Indians got shot because they are the bad guys in the old Western. You can't say to an Indian, oh, it's just a movie. You have to cheer for the cowboy hero.
That's true. I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. I get both sides of it, you know.
Yeah, it's for me. No, it's no problem for me. But I have to be stay truth. I know it's a good movie, and I know it's probably a good novel, and so on. And I know the backstory, and I know everything about it. But I don't like it.
Oh, I mean, I can, you know, it's probably definitely one of those things where, you know, your point of view and my point of view and disagreement and all that.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I'm sure. I mean, obviously, you know, we can't ask the guy now since he's deceased. But I'm sure it didn't really feel, you know, make him feel warm and fuzzy having to do some of the stuff he did, you know.
Yeah, but he don't have to do it. Nobody told him if you don't go to other countries and kill innocent people, you will die or something like that. He also could have said no.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's.
Yeah, I know it's a soldier's perspective, but as you have heard, I'm the other side. I'm the guy who is like the victim in this movie, who sees his fellow people be shot, and then the people are cheering for that, and that's for me like it's you can't imagine how it feels like when I have to see that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. It's we could get into the whole thing of, you know, the Americans were over there to help the other guys, you know,
of course.
thing. And
when I go invade another country, I say I'm here to help. It's okay. No, but it's no problem. It's just a movie, and we are here to speak not about American Sniper. I think we are here to speak about the other abomination, the Star Wars thing.
Oh, what a segue! What a segue!
Hey, I mean, rants are rants, right? You see, that's what happens on this channel.
Yeah, but as I said, it's much funnier to talk about Star Wars than to talk about this serious stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't I can't even say the full title. I just TOJ, okay, TOJ. I mean, you look at that movie and it's like, okay, that scene was okay, you know, or it was a little funny or whatever. And there's another scene you're like, oh yeah, you know, okay, and another, but then you put it all together and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's true. And I think RANT wanted to explain me the plot of part 7.
Oh yeah. Well, the plot of part 7, what was it again? Here we go. The Force Awakens, right?
Yeah. It
will not surprise you that this movie did good because all it did was rehash things. So that's a main thing right there. It rehashed. That's all it was. But yeah. what happened at first with episode 7? Wow. I haven't watched it in a while. Oh yeah. Kylo Ren shows up at Jakku to find a map to Luke Skywalker because he is missing. And there's a little battle, because the old guy that had the map to Luke Skywalker gave it to a resistance fighter, Poe Dameron. And as Kylo Ren showed up and, he killed the old guy, captured Poe Dameron, brought him back to his Star Destroyer, tortured him for a little bit.
The old guy was the Steppenwolf. Yeah,
he carried a huge axe.
Max von Sydow. He played the Steppenwolf back then in 1971. It's one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's cool. Very great. He was the favorite actor of Ingmar Bergman. He's one of the great directors, like Kurosawa or Kubrick. He's the one who directed Seventh Seal. This one that you see in Last Action Hero is playing in the cinema where the death comes out. The death with he was the one who puts first time the death as somebody in a robe and with this thing. When you see the death, like Bill and Ted's, the death from Bill and Ted's Part 2. Bill and Ted, both journey is the death from Ingmar Bergman, and it's the same death from Last Action Hero.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because Ingmar, as I told you, there are a few very good directors. You can't put them with the other directors in the same line. It's a whole other league. I'm speaking about Kubrick, Kurosawa, and also Ingmar Bergman. Those directors they have invented the movies. They have invented new techniques. They are a kind of holy grail for filmmaking.
Oh, that's cool.
Even Spielberg himself was a fan of Kurosawa. His best work is not as good as the worst work from Kurosawa.
Wow.
Yeah, he paid for his last movie. Kurosawa's last movie was Dreams. He couldn't finish it. I've heard, and Spielberg, a big fan of him, and he helped to make his last movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and George Lucas is also a fan of Kurosawa. He stole the plot for Star Wars, for the first one, from Hidden Fortress.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, Sergio Leone is also a fan of Kurosawa because he remaked another movie from Kurosawa with his Fistful of Dollars, where Clint Eastwood got his big chance. Fistful of Dollars is just a remake of Jiminju, Jiminju. And many movies, maybe, or Rashomon is also a theme that is every time remake, because Kurosawa made this Rashomon movie, and the Rashomon effect is something there is happened something, and then you ask the people what happened, and they tell you a different story. But nobody lies, really. They really tell the story like they saw it, but it seems like a complete different story, and this is called the Rashomon effect. Like it's called after the movie from Kurosawa.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, and also this Magnificent Seven movie is also a very famous Western, and it's a remake from Seven Samurai, also a Kurosawa movie.
Seven Samurai, you said?
Yeah, Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai is from the 50s, and this other one is from the 60s. This Sturgis one, Magnificent Seven, with its clean Mexican guys and so on. It's really funny. It's a funny movie.
All right. Let me ask you both a question. Tim, you can answer first. What time period of Star Wars would you guys like to live in?
Holy vey. I don't know. I mean, I grew up with the original trilogy. Um, so I mean, I'm familiar with that. Um, but I don't know, either the original trilogy era or even the Clone Wars. Um, would probably be my first two picks. I mean, I don't know about now. Uh, I don't know if I'd want to be in the Resistance era or not.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
So I don't know. I'd probably say uh, OT era, Clone War era, or um, the I guess now would be the quote unquote Legends era. Because I used to read the books, that came out, um, and what started all the expanded universe stuff. So that'd be another time.
Yeah, like the stuff with like Jason Solo and all that,
Yeah,
like different things like that.
everything between Return of the Jedi and TFA. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. What would you want to be? Would you want to be like a Jedi, Sith, or smuggler like Han?
Well, I always thought it would be kind of cool to be like a basically if Han and Luke had a love child, part Jedi, part scoundrel,
You
So
know, I think you're my soul brother because that's exactly how I feel.
I think they ended up calling those gray Jedi.
Yeah.
So that's why I like I'm kind of on the same wavelength as the real Jeremy, in liking Ahsoka. What Ahsoka became, because she's basically a gray Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Ahsoka, I didn't like her at first, but I watched more and more, and I got to like her like a lot of other people do. And now that she's a great Jedi, I thought that was pretty cool. So, Cub, how about you? What era would you want to live in, and what would you want to be?
Yeah, I would like to live in the era after Return of the Jedi because after they won the battle, uh, I think after that, what comes after that, I don't know how this era is called. The era after the Return of the Jedi.
It's the Disney era.
No, the 30 years after Return of the Jedi, the Disney era is 30 years later. I hope.
I think Cub is like me, or like saying the expanded universe type stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, the expanded universe.
Yeah,
Is
and
that what you're talking about, Cub?
no, yeah, I have heard of the expanded universe, but sounds good. I take that. And I, as I said, because they won the war and the battle and so on, and I think this could be an era of peace. So it would doesn't matter what I am in this era, because living would be a peaceful living. I could make whatever I want.
Hmm. That's a good answer. That is a good answer. All
That's
right.
I think that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of looking forward to the Mandalorian is because that's the time period that it's supposed to be like 5 years or something after Return of the Jedi. So
So, who, if you were to get trained by a Sith master, who would you want that to be?
a Sith master?
Who wants to answer first? Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. You go first, Cub.
Yeah, I knew that comes. Was that, Tim, was that a strategic going back or something like that in military terms? How do you call that?
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, sure.
You would really make a good admiral, I think. Did you have purple hair or something like that?
Sure.
Yeah.
If I did, I would look better than she did.
Of course. Yeah. I would say I don't know many Sith. The only Sith I know is a Sith Kryptonian. So I would ask him to train me, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
What
about you, Tim?
Well, I think the one that I've seen the most stuff on or whatever, is probably Revan.
Wow, that's a really good answer. That's like the same thing I would pick. Yeah, I would want Revan. Always heard so much about him. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the he was good, then he was bad, then he was good. So.
Yeah. They said, Bane, he took a lot of Revan's teachings, and that's how he kind of came up with the rule of two or something like that. I've seen through YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah, I recognized we have here somebody in the chat who is a real expert on comics and so on, Jess Oldfield. Do you know him, Rand?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Haven't watched any of his videos yet, honestly, but I'm definitely going to.
No, I don't think so, because he didn't make any.
He didn't?
No, he didn't. He's he's an expert on comic books and so on. I think mostly Marvel stuff, and also a big Star Wars fan. A real.
Oh, that's awesome.
Compared to me, he's a real Star Wars fan and expert.
Yeah, you guys are probably have to. Awesome. You guys will probably have to tell me like who's in the chat or who says what in the chat, because I'm on this smartphone and I can't switch back and forth or whatever, to the.
Yeah, so, no problem.
At least I haven't figured it out yet, if it's possible.
No, just said, no, I'm not. He's a friend. He knows that I'm joking sometimes, so he knows that.
I just told him, yes, you are. I wrote back in the chat, yes, you are.
Yeah, and he has the longest way to us, because he comes from Britain, and now Britain isn't in the EU anymore. So he has first to swim to normal Europe, and then can join any chats or something like that. Yeah, because after the Britain left the EU, we cut all the internet cables and so on.
Yeah, now Jez knows how we Americans felt back in 1776.
Yeah, what happened then?
You rebel, Jez, you're a rebel.
You rebel scum.
Yes.
Oh man. All right, so out of all the Jedi, out of all the Jedi, who would you want to train under? Like, say, top 3 Jedi Masters to train under.
Ooh. All right, well, seeing as how I was, I was 6 years old when the first one came out. But, well, it was only Star Wars originally, but, you know, A New Hope. So I was, 83. I was like 12 when Return of the Jedi came out. So if I go like according to my age, I would say I would hope that I would run across Ahsoka and have Ahsoka train me.
All right. All right. That's good. Give me 2 more.
2 more?
Yeah, I said top 3. Top 3.
All right. Okay, I'll take the easy route. Luke and Obi-Wan.
Oh man.
All right, Cub, what about you?
Okay, fine. Yeah. Kanan?
You said Jedi Master?
Kanan? Yeah.
Is Luke a Jedi Master?
He was by Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I just say yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, because I understood he was a full Jedi in Return of the Jedi, but nobody said he is a master, because I think a Jedi Master is something different than a Jedi, or not?
Well, I mean, when you're pretty much the only one, it's kind of default.
And also, it was a little confusing because the movie was called Return of the Jedi, and I expected that more than one that are returning, because it wasn't called Return of the Last Jedi or something like that, or the only Jedi.
Well, I guess it's because Jedi is kind of like like the word moose or something. You know, even though there's more than one, it's still just moose. So
okay,
yeah. It's Jedi, not Jedis. So I don't know.
Yeah,
sounds good to me anyway.
Yeah, I would say I didn't know so many Jedi, so I would say Luke is okay, Yoda okay for me, and at least Obi-Wan or something like that, because I'm not a big. It's the Obi-Wan from the originals, not this new Obi-Wan.
Oh, and the prequels and stuff?
Yeah, as I said, this new Obi-Wan, no, but the old one, Alec Guinness, yeah, he's okay for me.
Yeah, well, see, yeah, I mean, of course, Yoda was like the a grandmaster or whatever, but. I don't know. I didn't think about him. I don't guess because I don't know. I just have visions of him wanting, wanting piggyback rides all the time. So I don't know.
Oh, if you have had visions of him, we cleared that vision thing in our last stream, rant or not?
I believe so.
Yeah, when you explained to me, when I told you 1 second how he had a vision if he was asleep, and then you explained me that he also could had sleep visions or something like that.
Okay, I had two theories about that. Yeah, it was either like some type of sleeping vision or Palpatine put that inside of his head or something like that, you know?
Yeah, because here in Europe we call sleep visions dreams.
Yeah, well, yeah, it causes dreams, visions.
Oh,
I mean,
so then
I don't know.
Palpatine was his dream master, something like that, like Freddy Krueger.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
And then he was then was his children were his dream childs. So we have Nightmare 4 and 5.
Well, I mean, Palpatine did know about Anakin and Padme, so I wouldn't put it past him to, put out some negative vibes that, Anakin would pick up on,
Yeah, I mean, in what you call it? What was it? The Clone Wars TV show. They did Sith alchemy. It was Palpatine and Count Dooku. They were somewhere doing Sith alchemy, trying to control stuff somewhere else, far in the galaxy. You know, I was just like, so maybe he could have put visions in his head. If he's able to do something like this, he could. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's where I came up with that whole theory.
Yeah, it seemed that Palpatine could not just put visions in his head. He also could put something in the script. He had both powers, the vision powers and also the script powers. We call it here in Europe, we call that lazy writing.
How would it be lazy writing if he put, the visions in his head?
I think he had also the power to put lines in the script, I think.
Unlimited power! Because that's what he has.
well, how do you, that's how, that's right. It's like, how come Rey is so powerful? It's in the script.
Yeah, because
it's in the script.
And we have cleared it up. Rey is so powerful, of course, because of the midi-chlorians, but they can't call them anymore that because that would be too obvious. But the only explanation,
as the guys, the Generation Tech guys say, plot armor. Their armor is so strong because it was in the plot.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
Oh, I love that plot armor.
Plot armor. Oh, I have to use that in my next review.
Oh man.
No, but the that thing that got put out about Palpatine being Anakin's father, because he used the Force to make Shmi pregnant.
You mean he used Force to impregnate a woman?
According to that video or whatever, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound like real love or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's it's Star Wars version of a test tube baby, I suppose. Artificial insemination.
Yeah, we cleared that also up in our last stream. I thought Star Wars is a family movie or a kids movie or something like that, the franchise, and we cleared up. Oh no, it can't be. It has to be for adults. So that's okay.
It can somewhat be for kids, but I remember being in the movie theater watching Phantom Menace, and when Obi-Wan Kenobi cut Darth Maul in half, I was all like, "Wait, what? He just cut him in half?" I was like, "That was awesome."
Yeah,
So then,
yeah.
yeah,
Like me, you see, he was cut in half, and you said, "Yeah, where's the blood? Where's the blood?" And no blood.
Yeah,
just cut in half.
Well, we got blood mist. Remember, it was like a little mist. I could have sworn there was like a blood mist.
It's a lightsaber, dude. It's energy. It like it cauterizes the wound as it's going through.
That is true. That is true.
It's a script saber. You can it comes,
Yeah.
the blood comes when you need it or what?
It's like, yeah.
Wow.
We're
Power
gonna
up the script shield.
We're gonna use laser swords, so it will cauterize the wounds, and we can save money in the special effects budget on fake blood.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I mean, it made sense for definitely back in the day, right? For the original trilogy.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Oh man. So what would be your favorite part in Return of the Jedi? Either one of you answer first.
I don't see that. That's when I hate, like, quote unquote picking favorite stuff. I don't know, but I suppose off the top of my head, the saber fight between Luke and Vader.
Yeah. It's for me also one of the best parts, but the very best part or very best scene in the movie, I think, is the moment when he takes the hand of his father, when he destroys the hand of his father, and he sees that his father has a robotic arm like him, a robotic hand. The moment when he discovers this is, for me, the most powerful moment in the whole movie.
Yeah, I definitely like that part too.
I count that part as, the part that I just mentioned.
All right, so if you guys had to fight Darth Vader or Palpatine, who would you want to fight?
Clearly Vader, because Palpatine is too powerful. He has also script powers, and you have no chance against that.
What about you, Tim?
If I had to fight one of them?
Yeah.
God. I don't know. I mean, if I if I could pull some Mace Windu shit, I'd probably take my chances with Palpatine.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, but Palpatine is much too powerful. You wouldn't have any chance with Palpatine. I think he's the most powerful one in the prequels, or not?
Yeah,
he is.
Dude, I mean, Windu had his ass before Anakin came in.
Yeah.
Windu had him.
I remember.
Well, they have also said that was also not real, I guess. So someone said that. It was like in a book or something like that, Palpatine wanted it to seem like Windu was about to kill him, so Anakin would help Palpatine instead.
Yeah, Palpatine also deformed his face because he likes to walk through the world like a turtle.
Like the oldest turtle you've ever seen.
Yeah, that makes
It's like
total
180-year-old turtle.
Yeah, it makes total sense for me. You have absolute power and you look like shit.
I know he could have, like, gotten some type of plastic surgery. I mean, you're the emperor now. Do something.
Yeah, I think the problem is this world doesn't function like normal rules. Normally, guys want to be powerful, but also want to look good for the woman. But women seem to play no role in this world. I guess so. They act like you can't really say why they act the way they do because the motivation isn't clear. In a normal world, the motivation is clear. The man made most stupid stuff because of the woman, and the woman have their fun with it, and that's the rules in the real world.
So
exactly.
So like on the end of the episode 3, right? When Vader gets up and was like, "No," and you saw Palpatine with this smirk on his face, right?
Yeah, correct.
Part. I am thoroughly convinced that part of the reason that Palpatine was smirking because he's seen old crispy critter Anakin, and you look worse than I do.
Also, you don't know which parts got to be robotic with Vader. Maybe somebody told him that not just his arms and legs are robotic now.
Oh, everything's got to be robotic. I mean, he can't even breathe on his own. I bet he can't even go to the bathroom on his own.
Yeah,
like his suit does that for him somehow.
Yeah, when somebody told him also little Vader got robotic, then he said, "Oh no."
Hey,
oh man,
he's just like an astronaut, and he can go potty in his suit. That's awesome.
Yeah, of course. And I'm now going in the kitchen and getting another beer. I'm back in a minute, okay?
Make it snappy.
Okay.
All right, so
yeah, sir.
Oh no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Yeah. What were you gonna ask something?
Oh, so what animes have you watched so far?
I really haven't watched a whole lot. I mean, probably like the first one I probably ever saw was Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. I've never watched that.
Yeah, I know that. I'm back again.
And let's see, I don't know about the nav one out now, Voltron, but I don't know if that's still from Japan or not, but Voltron was a quote unquote Japanese cartoon that made its.
Hello? Yeah, and if you want to talk about Voltron, you have here the perfect guy in the chat who knows this stuff because Digital Pollution is the Voltron expert.
There was another one, I think, called excuse me, G-Force. Guardians of Space or something like that. They were all dressed up in uniforms that resembled birds. I don't know if.
Yeah,
but I believe that one came over from Japan too. Yeah, I believe
I haven't
that
heard
one
of
came
that
from
one either.
Japan
I'll
as well.
check that out.
Yeah,
I'll definitely check those out.
As I said, you have to look at the picture of Jess or Digital Pollution here with his other channel. His picture, this guy on his picture, that I think this is Voltron.
Digital Pollution said G-Force equals Battle of the Planets.
Yeah, I have no clue what he's talking about, but because he's the expert on that, not I.
Oh man. Okay. When I did a stream not too long ago, right, and I had saw this funny picture, like a meme, where they said to take a Star Wars quote and put the word sausage in it. You know, like replace one of the words with sausage.
Oh, okay.
Now, I would like each of you to take a turn doing this.
Oy vey.
Yeah, you go first because you were in the army, and the soldiers have to go first, and the civilians go at last.
Well, no, I was not in the army. I was in the Navy.
Oh, sorry.
But thanks for playing. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Sausage in a Star Wars line. Man, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah, I take from the roof directly sausage wars. Oh, sausage wars or this sausage strikes back.
Return of the Sausage.
Oh, that's an even better one.
The last time I said, it's over Anakin, I have the high ground. And, you know, then I say Anakin's line, you underestimate my sausage.
Yeah, that fits perfectly.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to say something along the lines of, that's no moon, that's a sausage.
Yeah, speaking about the high ground, Tim, please explain to me, is high ground a thing or is it a thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, statistically speaking, I would say, like, yeah, if you're higher up, you do have an advantage over somebody trying to attack you from below. Yeah.
Yeah, so when Obi-Wan was hanging in episode 1 in this pit, and this dead guy standing on the high ground.
Right.
I remember that he jumped over him and defeated him.
Yeah.
So, but 2 movies later, he told Anakin he has the high ground, so Anakin has no chance. And he also defeated Anakin. So, is high ground a thing, or is it just a thing with Obi-Wan?
Well, it is a thing. I do believe it is a thing. I mean, there are times when, you know, the quote unquote low ground person can prevail. So, yeah, I'll just chalk it up to that. You know, I guess it all depends on who's on the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Darth Maul, he was high off of killing Qui-Gon Jinn. So he was like, okay, now all I gotta do is kill the Padawan. He was showboating and stuff, remember? He was showboating.
Yeah.
I think he was unfocused, and then Obi-Wan just got him at the right time.
Yeah, that makes sense for me because he beat the master and the apprentice beats him even if he has just the low ground. And there is another thing with this Sith. The Sith are two guys, I remember. It's in one scene, somebody said, we don't know if this devil Sith, this guy that looks like the devil, if he's the master or if he's the apprentice.
Yeah, I remember them saying that.
Yeah, but it's funny because in no movie of this prequel things I saw two Sith at the same time. There were always just this one Sith, and that's it.
They showed Palpatine and Darth Maul together. Remember the hologram when who the Trade Federation called Palpatine and he had Darth Maul show up right next to him in the hologram?
Oh, I understand. So the Palpatine is the master, and this Sith was the apprentice.
Yeah.
So first time this makes sense for me.
Hey guys, Jez Oldfield just escaped from the digital dimension.
Oh, nice. Nice, he got rid of this digital pollution thing.
All right. We're gonna have to wrap up this stream pretty soon. I'm gonna have to, help deal with the kids and stuff. But I have a question for both of you to answer. Who would like to answer first?
Cub.
Okay.
All right, passing it to Cub. Okay, Cub. Now, if you could change one thing, like in the of how TFA had started and ended, what would you want to change?
I would make Luke the main character.
All right. Why?
But this, because he was already established, and also if we had to change something, you could better change it at the end. You could lead to something new. You could show people really what they want to see. They want to see Luke and Han and Leia in a new adventure, maybe a last adventure, and you could halfway through the movie or at the end you could introduce somebody new, but not from the beginning. That was the main mistake in this movie.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Cub. All right, what about you, Tim?
Well, see that I was actually kind of okay with TFA up until the point when Rey pulls out the Jedi mind trick just straight out of the blue. That and the fact that she beat Kylo Ren like a boss. Her first time.
She did not beat him like a boss. He was a runaway slave, okay? He was a runaway slave.
But no, I'd say it was fine the way it started out, but if they would have had her find him a lot sooner, like say the halfway point in the movie, and then had him train her like he got trained by Yoda in Empire, and then the two of them go off to save the day, and then Yeah. For starters.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good answer.
much better than that what we got. Oh, for me, that's okay.
Yeah, all right. We're gonna be wrapping it up. So, Tim, would you like to say anything before we wrap up the stream?
Check out my meager little channel with the 4 whopping videos I have right now.
You guys better check out his channel, or I'm gonna haunt you guys.
Yeah.
Check it out and subscribe and follow him on Twitter. You understand?
Tell me, go on there and give me suggestions on stuff as well.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You hear that, you guys? Suggestions. Everybody support Tim, okay? All right, Cub.
Yeah, I would also say check out Tim, his channel. He has 4 videos, and I saw 4 videos. I didn't comment on every one of it because, as I explained, I'm not this for this because Eastwood made this sniper thing. I'm not a big fan of his anymore, so I didn't made a comment on the mule review. But I saw it's okay. You didn't spoil anything, and I think the next one maybe you go a little bit more in depth. But I think it's the right direction. Check Tim out. It's really a upcoming channel.
All right, thank you, Cub. And as always, I'm the Rant. I rant about stuff. You know, if you want to check out my channel, go ahead. If you don't want to, well then, whatever. I don't care.
Oh, thank you, Rand, for the invitation.
Oh, thank you guys for coming. We're gonna do this again soon. That's for sure. We'll do this again soon. We'll be the on the spot crew.
I thought it was John Boyega that didn't care.
After the attack on the block, he didn't care anymore.
Too soon. Was that too soon? Was that too soon? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm trying to breathe over here. Oh man. As always, you guys keep on ranting.